The Qarmatians were a militant Ismaili Shiite movement that appeared in 890 AD. The name of this group was taken from its founder, Hamdan Qarmat, who broke away from the Shiite Islamic school. The Qarmatians refused to recognize Syria's power over Shia Islam. They even opposed the Fatimid and Abbasid caliphates. At the beginning of the 10th century AD, they had upheld power in Hassa and had been influenced throughout Arabia. Their chairman, Abu Tahir al-Qarmati, established the center of his power in an area now known as Bahrain.
I oppose the Fatimid and Abbasid caliphates. I will attack their most religious city, Mecca. The Hajj ritual in Mecca is nothing but a superstitious act. I will appoint Imam Mahdi to show the end of Islam, and the coming of a new era under my leadership.
The Qarmatians used to attack caravans that went across their areas. In the early 10th century, they were a big threat to the Hajj caravans that went from Baghdad to Mecca.
Oh, look! Those are the Qarmatians.
We are under attack.
Give me your money.
These attacks caused a decrease in the number of pilgrims on the route from Baghdad to Mecca between 908 to 925 AD. In the year of 930 AD, the Qarmatians came to Mecca, on the first day of Hajj season.
You cannot come inside. You guys are looters.
We are Muslims and have the right to do Hajj.
No! Go away, you creep.
By Allah, we promise you that we won't cause any harm. We are just pilgrims who want to do the Hajj rituals.
Okay. Keep your promise.
Of course. You can trust me.
At that time, the pilgrims were performing tawaf or circling the Kaaba. Abu Tahir and his army immediately went to the Haram area, which was the sacred place for the Muslims. Without any warning, they started killing the pilgrims. Many pilgrims held the curtain of Kaaba to have a sanctuary, but Abu Tahir and his soldiers didn't care about it. They killed them all.
Allah is in heaven, and shall his house be on earth? Where are the birds? Why don't they come to protect the Kaaba? Why Allah doesn't send the birds to attack me now?
In Quran, Surah Al-Fil, verse 3, Allah sent swarm of birds against the infidels who tried to attack Kaaba. Abu Tahir challenged Allah to do the same against him.
The birds. Yo, Allah, where are the birds? Are you sleeping or what?
Some pilgrims entered Kaaba to save themselves, but their efforts were in vain.
No, please.
You think you can escape, huh? Where is your Allah when you need him the most?
Will someone help me?
Oh, you guys do the Quran, Surah Ali Imran, verse 97? Whoever enter the Kaaba will be safe.
I'm
Haha,
begging
let's see
you.
about that.
The number of victims of the massacre reached 30,000 inhabitants. Their bodies were scattered on the streets. Some of the bodies were thrown into the Zamzam well. They looted the treasures of the Kaaba sanctuary, stripping the gold and silver decoration around it. Abu Tahir destroyed the Kaaba wall to take the black stone out of it. In the process of doing that, the black stone broke to several pieces. They then transported the black stones to their camels. Abu Tahir brought the black stones and loots from the Kaaba to Al-Hassa, the capital of Qarmatians in Bahrain. The birds eventually arrived, but not to help the pilgrims. In the Quran, Surah Al-Fil, verse 3, Allah sent flocks of birds with rocks to pelt infidels who attacked the Kaaba. At the time when this story was told, the Kaaba was the Quraysh pagan worship center. After Muhammad transformed the Kaaba into the Islamic worship center, Allah did not send anything to protect it, and just let Abu Tahir run all over it, even stealing the holy black stone. The conclusion is that either the story in Surah Al-Fil verse 3 is fabricated, or that Allah does not exist. Because of their actions, the Qarmatians could no longer claim to be Muslims. To find a path of justification, they stated that Imam Mahdi had come and that the Islamic era had ended.
We can appoint someone to become the Imam Mahdi.
Who?
How about that Persian young man? I think he is easy to control.
Okay, let's talk to him.
The Qarmati leaders appointed as the Imam Mahdi. In the past, this young man was arrested by Qarmati troops while attacking a Persian caravan, and they brought this young man to Bahrain. According to Abu Tahir's personal doctor who later defected and fled to Baghdad. This young man was around 20 years old, and he wore a yellow turban, according to Persian fashion, a yellow robe, and a belt at his waist, and he liked to ride a grey horse. His name is Abul Fadil, the Zoroastrian. After appointed as the new Imam Mahdi, Abu Tahir and his Qarmati followers took the sacrilege to a new level. They cursed all of the previous prophets, including Muhammad.
You've been fooled by all of the prophets, including Muhammad. Yes, Muhammad was the most obvious fake prophet. We have to burn the fake revelation by the fake prophet.
They burnt and desecrated copies of Qurans. They placed the pieces of the black stone in a latrine, so they could defile the holy stones continuously. They placed the black stone pieces on the two sides of a latrine pit. When a person squatted over the pit, he put his feet one on each half of the stone.
Go ahead, use the latrine every day, people.
So they desecrated the black stones night and day. The information about this event are taken from Islam in Historical Perspective, by Alexander Nish, page 213, also from Empire of the Mahdi by Heinz Hom, and from the Book of Government, or Rules for Kings, by Neem al-Mulk, translated by Hubert Dark. Nizam al-Mulk got this information from Ibn Rizam's book titled Al-Rat al-Ismailiyya, which was translated into English, titled Intellectual Interactions in the Islamic World, the Ismaili Thread. Later on, the new Imam Mahdi decided to have more control for himself by ordering execution of some Qarmati chiefs and even relatives of Abu Tahir himself.
How dare he kill my family?
He will try to kill you too. You need to get rid of him.
Darn, I gave him power and now he stabbed me in the back.
80 days after he declared Abul Fadil as the Imam Mahdi, Abu Tahir ordered the death penalty for him. Tahir resumed the reins of the Qarmatian state and again began attacks on pilgrims crossing Arabia. Attempts by the Abbasids and Fatimids to persuade him to return the Black Stone were rejected. He died in 944 AD around the age of 38, due to smallpox. In 951 AD, the Qarmati leadership concluded a peace treaty with the Abbasids. But they didn't give away the Black Stones so easily. The Baghdad Caliph of the Abbasids had to pay a large ransom to get the Black Stones back. After that, the Black Stones were recovered from the latrine.
Oh, man, people have already defiled the Black Stones for so long, I don't think any Muslim would ever kiss or lick them again.
Believe me, they would, if you told them that by doing so, their sins would disappear.
After being taken for about 21 years, the Black Stones eventually were placed back in the Kaaba in Mecca. To put the pieces of black stones together, the Muslims decided to embed them on a hard surface and put a silver frame around it.
Put a lot of perfume on it. We don't want the pilgrims to remember they were in a latrine before.
Yeah, don't remind me of it.
For Muslims, the black stones are so important because they believe the stones will be alive and be able to speak at the end of time to give the Muslims intercession during the Judgment Day. Jami at Tirmidhi number 961. Prophet Muhammad said, Allah will raise Hajar al-Aswad on the day of resurrection with 2 eyes by which it sees and a tongue that it speaks with, testifying to whoever touched it in truth.
I went to touch the Black Stone today and I got really close on 2 occasions, and I've had men's genitals squashed up against me at the back. At one point this came off and I was being strangled from behind where they were pushing and pulling this at the back. They had to stop to release me. I was really scared.